Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sheila, and today I would like to show you how to make this bra cup. It's an upgraded bra cup because it has more detail. I've been seeing some of these on Pinterest, on Instagram from different designers, but I would like to make my own version of it. And from this tutorial you're going to learn how to make a well-fitted bra cup. As you can see, okay, this yarn is a bit soft, but it's more of a bra cup. It's shaped in that form. And then the other thing you're going to learn is how to make this daisy flower. The other thing you're going to learn is how to make the edging, this, and also I'm going to show you every step of the way, and let's see how we can come up with a pair of these, put them together and make a very beautiful bikini top. Okay, for this tutorial I'm going to be using alize yarn, cotton gold, in the color purple. Then I'll be using some white of robin yarn. I don't have the cover here, but I'll be using robin for this flower and also for the edging because I want it to be really strong. I don't want the edges to be very soft like this yarn. Then the other thing I would like to tell you about this top is that this flower is of help because some of the people keep complaining about these stitches opening up, and some of them don't like the padded crochet bras. So if you have this flower on top, it really helps out because it's going to cover all the stitches around the nipple, and the person is going to be able to wear it freely without any issues. So let's get started. You're going to grab your purple yarn because it's the one that made the body of the bra cup. So grab your yarn. I'll be using purple. I'm using a 2.75 millimeter crochet hook. Then a pair of scissors, a yarn needle to weave in the ends. And yeah, that's it. So you're going to make a slip knot. Then you're going to make a chain of, I'm going to make a chain of 16, but you're going to make a chain that is long enough to cover from your nipple down to the bottom of your breast, that lower line. So from your nipple down to the bottom of your breast. So I'm going to make a chain of 16. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So me, a size small, so I'll do a chain of 16. So do whatever chain that suits your measurement. Then you're going to chain, you're going to block off this stitch. Hold it like this. Then you make a chain of 3, an extra chain of 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to make a double crochet in that chain, in the 4th chain. So 1, 2, 3. Then here you're going to make a double crochet. So go ahead and place 1 double crochet in each and every stitch below, each and every chain. So we're going to count the chain 3 at the beginning as a stitch. So at the end of this row you're going to have 17 stitches. Since we are counting the chain 3 as a stitch, you will have 17 stitches. Continue making double crochets until the end of the row. So I stopped on the second last chain, and this is my last chain here. So what I would like to do for that is I'm going to make 3 double crochets in that very last stitch. So go ahead and make 3. 1, 2, and 3. So 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets in the same chain. So this is going to help us turn and start working on the other side. So in the last chain you're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Then we're going to start working on the opposite side like this. So make sure you place 1 double crochet in each of the chains below. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as I work, I'm weaving in this tail so that I don't have to deal with it later. So continue making 1 double crochet in each of the chains below. Don't skip any. Sorry. So don't forget to place a double crochet in this very last one. This one. It's more of like a chain, but please press put a double crochet in the very last one. Sorry. My yarn is getting messed up. Okay, so this is row 1. So we are going to start building like this. Since it's a break-up, we are going to keep working like this. So row 1 is done, and this is what we have. So row 2, we're going to repeat row 2 for a total of the rows that we need. So pay attention to row 2. You're going to chain 3, turn your work, place a double crochet in the so don't forget to place a double crochet in the very last stitch. This one, make a double crochet, and now we're going to start row 2. So we're going to be working our work like this, building up the break-up, as you can see here, like this. And pay attention to row 2 because it's the row that we are going to keep repeating until we need the size, we get the size that we need. So chain 3, turn your work. This chain 3 counts as a double crochet, and it comes from this chain. So we are not going to place a double crochet in there. We are going to place our next double crochet here in the second one. So this always counts as a double crochet that comes from this stitch. So continue making 1 double crochet, one double crochet until you reach the chain 2 space at the top. Sorry. So now we're at the chain 2 space. We're going to place, this time we're going to place 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 double crochets. So that's what we are going to do for every other row until we get the size that we need. When you get to the chain 2 space, you're going to just place 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and then continue making 1 double crochet in each and every stitch below. Each and every stitch below gets 1 double crochet. And don't forget to place 1 double crochet in the chain. Since the chains are counting as stitches, you have to place a double crochet on top of that chain. Never skip it. This helps our work to be flat at the base. So if you start skipping it, it's going to start slanting. So make sure you never miss it, or is place a double crochet on the last. And when you're beginning your row, let me say row 3, 1 2 3, turn your work. This always counts as a double crochet, so you don't place as a double crochet here, you start from the second one. So go ahead and make the number of rows that you need to have fitted bra cup. Another thing, please go ahead and make the size that you need, but make it just a bit smaller so that we can have space to do this detail on the edge. So just like let me say an inch smaller than what you would have done. So go ahead and do the number of rows that you need, just less by an inch, so that we can have space for this. Because if you make a very fitted one and then we do this detail, it's going to end up getting out of your size. So do that, and I'll see you when we are done, when we are at this stage before this mesh detail. So I went ahead and did a total of 8 rows. I didn't want it to be so small because I'm doing it for medium size. So I went ahead and did 8 rows, but I've already given you the instructions of how to go about the different sizes. So as you can see, this shape, it's more like a bra cup. You'll see this shape. I hope you have the same, because my main aim of doing this tutorial was to show you how to make a fitted bra cup, or something that looks like a bra cup, something not flat on the ground. Yeah, so now we're going to start working on this mesh design on the edge. Then we work on this. Then we shall go into the detail of making the daisy flower on top. So at this point, you're going to chain 4. 1 2 3 4. That counts as a double crochet. Chain 1. Turn your work. Then skip this stitch and place a double crochet in the next. So that's the repeat for this row. Chain 1, skip a stitch and place a double crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip this stitch and place a double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip the next stitch and place a double crochet in the next stitch. So you're going to repeat this. Keep going, and I'll show you what to do when you reach the peak. Chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet in the next. So that's what we are creating right now. Chain 1, skip a stitch, and double crochet in the next. So go all the way up, because now we are heading to the peak of the bra cup. So we have 2 stitches left before the chain 2 space. So you're going to chain 1, skip this stitch, and place a double crochet in the very last, like that. So we are at the chain 2 space. You're going to do the usual 2 double crochets in that space, chain 2, and 2 double crochets in the same space. So as you can see, we have 3 this side and 2 this side. So you're going to place a double crochet in the very first stitch after the chain to balance out this side and the other side, and then chain 1 and continue with the mesh stitch. Skip this stitch and place a double crochet in the next. So we are going to continue doing that until the end of the row. Chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet in the next. So continue doing that, and at this point we are almost done with our bra cup. We are only left with the white edging. So that edging, you can do it with any color that you want, any color you prefer. That's up to you. I preferred to use white because I had white on the flower. So whatever color you use, that's up to you. Any color can work. So finish up this row. So we're coming to the end, and then I'm going to chain 1, skip a stitch, skip this stitch, this one, and place the last double crochet in the chain at the top of the chain. Chain 1 and cut your yarn. So this is what we have. At this point, we are done with the mesh detail. I'm going to get my white yarn, and I'm going to use double strands to make it firm at the edge. So go ahead and attach your yarn where you left off the purple. Okay, I'm going to attach there. Attach my white yarn, and then make a single crochet in that first space. Single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and slip stitch at the base of the stitch. There are 2 loops there. Hope you can see them. There's this loop and this loop at the front. So slip stitch and then make a single crochet. So single crochet, chain 4, slip stitch at the base, and make a single crochet again in the same space. So that's the repetition. So single crochet, chain 4, slip stitch, single crochet. So you're going to do that for every space. Until we get to the peak, and I'll show you what to do. Go all the way up This can take some time, but it's all worth it because this is how your top is going to look like. It looks more finished, more detailed, and more beautiful. One, two, three, four. So I've worked in the last space and now I have 3 stitches before I reach the chain 2 space. So you're going to place one in between the first 2, 1 single crochet in between the first 2, make a chain of 4, make a picot, slip stitch, okay, and then single crochet in the next space in between the stitches. Then here at the top you're going to make 3 single crochets just to move to the other side. So when you get to this side, make a single crochet here in this space, make a chain of 4, slip stitch at the base, and make another single crochet here. Then you're going to continue making those picot stitches in every gap, like on the other side. So single crochet, chain 4, slip stitch, single crochet. So as you can see, we are bringing this detail to this top. So go ahead and work this until the end of the row. So it takes some time, but when you get used to it, it's like very easy to do. So I've come to the last gap. You're going to place a single crochet in that space, chain 4, slip stitch at the bottom, and then make another single crochet and chain 1. I would have cut my yarn if this was my very first piece, but since we have this one ready, I'm going to attach them. So I would like to make this side my front side, because this is where these stitches pop out on the outside. So I like to make this my right side and then this one the behind side. So I'm going to grab my you're going to go ahead and make the second one and have 2 of them, and at the end of this row you're going to attach the 2 bra cups. So I'm going to just go into that space of the other bra cup and pull through this loop and make slip stitch, then go back onto the scarp and also make a slip stitch there, and then I chain 1. So at this point I'm ready to cut, and this is what I have right now. This is still in shape because we haven't yet attached this weight on it. So this is how our work looks like. Now I'm going to attach yours, and I'll then show you how to make the daisy flower, and then how to make the bottom of the bralette. So at this point we are done with the purple, so you can put it away. We are only going to deal with black and white. So get your black yarn. For black I'm using alize, and I'm going to show you how to make this flower and show you how to attach it to this bra cup. So at this point you have a choice. You can leave it one-sided, that's your choice. I like to do both sides so that they can match, and I have 2 flowers on my chest. So let me show you how to do this, and you'll decide whether to put it on both sides. So I'm going to make a magic circle. If you don't know how to make a magic circle, okay, let's get an alternative. Make a slip knot, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're going to slip stitch in this stitch, in the first chain, to make a ring. So this is our ring, and this is where we're going to place the first stitches of the black row. So chain 3, and then make 16 more double crochets in that space, in that circle. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So let's count and see. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Then 17. So if you count the chain 3 as a stitch, you should have 17 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So count the chain 3 as a stitch and make a total of 17 double crochets. Then slip stitch at the top of the chain 3. At this point we are done with the black row. Cut your yarn, and now we are going to attach our white. And I'm going to be showing you how to make the petals. They're quite many, so they're around, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 16 petals, so that's exactly what we are going to do here. So I like to attach my white yarn in that same stitch where I broke off the black, the very first stitch. make a chain of 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Make a half double crochet in the third chain from hook. So this is 1, this is 2, and in the third you're going to make a half double crochet. Make a half double crochet in the next chain. That's the second one. And then make a double crochet in the next. Make a double crochet in the next. And in the next double crochet. Then make a half double crochet in the next stitch. Make a half double crochet in the next stitch. Slip stitch in the last stitch, and then slip stitch onto the next stitch. So that's what you should be having. Okay, now the main thing is you're going to make a chain of 10, half double crochet in the third chain, then half double crochet in the next chain. That's a double of 2, a total of 2 half double crochets. Then make 3 double crochets, then 2 double crochet, 2 half doubles, slip stitch, and then slip stitch onto the next. Let me show you that same thing once again. Hope this can focus. You're going to chain 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Half double crochet in the third chain from hook, so we don't count this one. So count 1 2. In the third you're going to half double crochet. Then the next one is half double crochet. Then double crochet 3 times in the next 3 stitches. So 1, then in the next another double crochet, then in the next another double crochet. That's a total of 3. Then half double crochet 1 in the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. Then slip stitch in the very last one, then slip stitch onto the next stitch. So the moment you slip stitch onto the next stitch, it's time for you to raise it up again. You're going to make a chain of 10. 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Let me show you one more time, and then you're going to go all the way around. So when you have a chain of 10, half double crochet in the third chain, half double crochet in the fourth chain, double crochet in the fifth, double crochet in the sixth, double crochet in the seventh, half double crochet in the eighth, half double crochet in the ninth, slip stitch in the 10th, and then slip stitch onto the next stitch, then chain 10. So go all the way around making this. You can see the petals starting to come out, and we are going to do exactly this. So go all the way around for a total of 16 petals, and I'll show you what to do when you get 16 petals. So I've come to the end of my 16th petal. You can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 and 16. So after my slip stitch, I'm going to slip stitch into this space where the first petal came from. I'm going to slip stitch, and then I cut my yarn, chain 1 and cut the yarn. So deal with those strings. Some people tie knots. I'm going to tie a knot. Some people use a yarn needle. Sometimes I do that, but if I have 2 strands that are next to each other, I just tie a knot and then cut, because this is going to be the behind side of our work. Then I'm going to also tie this, but make sure you don't destroy the middle circle. Don't over pull it. So this is what we have right now. This is our daisy flower that we are going to attach to the bra cup. So at this point, this is going to settle here. So you're going to get a yarn needle. This is our yarn needle, and make a very long string, because we're going to be attaching different points. As you can see, that white around. I used white, but I think it would have been better to use purple. But then, since this is the inside part and someone may even pad it, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go ahead and still use white. So you're going to make something like this, because you're going to just be using 1 strand of thread. So just make something that's enough for you to work on different points. So the first yarn that you're going to attach will be black, so that you attach the exact middle of the petal of the flower. So I've attached my black cut. So I like, for this one, I attached to the very first row in the middle section where we have the chain 2. So you're going to get your work and then go below it, get like 1 stitch of this, and then don't pull it through completely. Get the flower, get 1 side of the stitches, and then go through the other side of the circle, and then bring it through 1 stitch on this other side. So we shall have 2 strands here, and I like to tie a knot. Tie it tight, but not so tight to deform the shape of the bra cup, because you're working with 2 surfaces now. You have to be careful not to destroy the original shape of the bra cup. So at this point, I've attached the middle section. So the next yarn to put is white, and white is going to be quite long because we are going to use it at every point of every petal. But you can always add, so get something that you can work with easier. I just like to use something like this. So place your bra cup flat on the table or whatever surface you're using. Place out your petals so that they lay a bit flat. So you're going to just identify where you want to attach the petals, because if it's this, then it's already in place. So you're going to just go down, put your hook somewhere at the front of the petal, pull, and then into the petal, but down. you're going to skip like at least a stitch after this string, a stitch or two, and bring your yarn down. At this stage, don't pull the string completely. So we have this, you're going to cut here because you're going to keep tying knots. So I like to tie 3 times. This is 1, 2, and 3. Then cut that. So at this point, at this stage, our very first petal is attached. So don't force them to go where they cannot go. The place where it appears like it's comfortable, that's where you're going to attach each and every petal. So here, go below, then come up, then down into the petal. Cut. Sorry. My scissors are getting blunt. Then tie 3 knots. I prefer 3 because it's more secure. 2, I don't find 2 very secure, but 3 is always fine. Then cut that string. So you're going to continue doing that for each and every petal. Attach, attach, attach for each and every petal until you get something like this. And I'll see you when you're done. Okay, so I went ahead and made a row of double crochets all the way across, and then also worked on some double crochets on this side and on this side. So you're going to make a multiple of let me get this paper. You will have a multiple of 15 plus 14 chains. So 15 plus 14. So whatever number you choose, that will be maybe 19. 19 is divisible by 15. That means it's a multiple of 15 plus 14, which will be around 104, or any other number. Make sure you have that stitch count at the bottom. Here, the number of stitches you're placing at the bottom is a multiple of 15 plus 14. So you're going to, at this point, after doing this, make sure your first row, this one that I'm working on, your work is facing you like this. It's facing the right side. So you're going to chain 3, and I decided to use a 3.75 for the design so that it's not very tight. Chain 3, place a double crochet in the next stitch, place a double crochet in the next stitch, and in the next. So that's a total of 4 if we count the chain 3 as a stitch. So from here, you're going to chain 2, skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th you're going to make 1 double crochet, chain 3, and then 1 double crochet in that very chain, in that very stitch. Then chain 2, skip 3 stitches, 1 2 3, and in the 4th you're going to make a double crochet. So we are going to make a total of 8 double crochets. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Chain 2, skip 3 stitches, and in the 4th make a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet in the same stitch. So chain 2, skip 3 stitches, and in the 4th make a double crochet, and then make a total of 8. So this is 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. So continue doing that for the rest of the row. Chain 2, skip 3 stitches, and in the 4th make a V-stitch, which is 1 double crochet, chain 3, 1 double crochet, chain 2, skip 3 stitches, and in the 4th start on your 8 double crochets. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. This is what you should be having. Then chain 2, skip 3 stitches, and in the 4th make a V-stitch, which is a double crochet, chain 3 and another double crochet. So continue doing this. So maybe I counted badly, but let me see. One, two. At the end, you should be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches, but I have 8, which is no problem. I'm going to just skip 3, and in the 4th, I'm going to place a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and in the next a double crochet, no chains in between, and the next double crochet, the next double crochet. They had to be 4, so I won't be working in this very last one because it was a mistake. So we're making 4 just because at the beginning we had a chain 3 and then 3 stitches, which was a total of 4. So after this you're going to chain 3, turn your work, back post double crochet in the next stitch. So back post is around the post. You're going to go all the way behind and then work a normal double crochet. Finish it like a normal double crochet. Then back post into the next stitch. That's what we have. And then you're going to chain 2 and double crochet 10 times in the V stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Chain 2 and then back post double crochet from the second double crochet, not the first one, the second one. Back post double crochet and then back post double crochet in the next and in the next until the second last one. So that will be a total of 6. Since we had 8 at the beginning, now we shall have 6 because we will have reduced 2 at both ends. 2 in total, 1 on both ends. So from here, from the second one to the second last one, then chain 2, double crochet 10 times in the V stitch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then chain 2 and then do the same, back post in the middle 6 stitches, but not on the ones at the edge, in the middle 6. So we start with the second one and end on the second last one, making 1 back post double crochet. Then when you get the total of 6, you're going to chain 2 and make 10 double crochets in the V stitch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, chain 2, and then repeat all the way to the end of the row. Repeat what we've been doing from the beginning of the row and finish up that whole row. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This is how the work is looking like right now. The effect I want to come out hasn't yet started coming out, but it will show after some time. 2 back posts 6 times. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, chain 2, ten, So when you come to the end of this row, you're going to chain 2, and at the beginning we had the chain 3 and then the 2 back post double crochets. So you're going to chain 2, skip this, make a back post double crochet in this second one, and then a back post double crochet in the next one, and then you're going to make a double crochet in this space in between the first and the second, like this. So at this point you're going to chain 3, turn your work, make a front post double crochet, this time not back, front post double crochet in the second stitch, like that. Chain 2, make a front post double crochet in each of the 10 stitches. So 1 front post for each of the 10. 1, 2, 3. This time we're going around the front, so you go around the front like this. No, the back is from the back side, so the front is like this. So you're going to make 10 front post double crochets. Then chain 2. Now we are here. You're going to make a front post double crochet starting with the second one, like this. 1, 2, 3. This time there will be a total of 4, like this. Then chain 2, and then you're going to make a front post double crochet in each of the 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Chain 2, make a front post double crochet from the second stitch. So if you're to notice, if one row had back post, the next row will have front post, then the next row will be back post. So we're going to just keep alternating. That's what we are having right now. So once you get to the second last one, chain 2, then go back to the 10 stitches and make 1 front post double crochets. So automatically that means that next row we are going to be working back posts, because right now we are working front posts. In each and every stitch, so you'll be having 10 front post double crochets, then chain 2, go to this space and make front posts, but starting with the second one. So we always skip the first one, and then also skip the last one. So chain 2 and then go to the group of 10. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we are going to chain 2 and then make the 4 double crochets in the middle, excluding both the first and the last stitch. So this will be a total of 4. So go ahead and finish that row, and then we are going to go to the next row after that. So when you come to the end of this row, you're going to chain 2, skip that stitch, the very first stitch, front post double crochet in the next stitch, and then make a double crochet in the very last stitch. So at this point, this row we've been working front posts. So the next row we are going to work back posts. So we are going to chain 5, because now we are going to have 1 stitch left, because we started with 4 and then 3, now 2, then 1. So that means we are going to make chain 3, which counts as a stitch, and then the 2 extra chains, which count here. So turn your work, that's a chain of 5, then start making back post double crochet while skipping this very first one. So we start from the second one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, because now we are reducing from this side and this side. So instead of 10 we are going to have 8, chain 2, skip this first one, and then back post double crochet in the second one and in the third one. So we've excluded the first and the second and the last, so we've only worked in the middle 2. Chain 2, half double crochet, back post double crochet from the second one. So that's the repetition now, excluding both the first and the last stitches, don't forget. So that's what we have right now. So this, if you can see the texture it's creating at the top, they look like bubbles of pineapple stitch. You'll see it after, but that's the effect I want to create on the outside of my top. So that's why I'm doing front post and back post. So chain 2 and then repeat that all the way to the end. Chain 2, 8 back post double crochets. So that means the next row we are going to be doing front posts. Back posts. So exclude this one, chain 2, and then jump into the middle section and exclude the first one and work only the ones in the middle. Chain 2, exclude the first one and start with the second one. So go ahead and work this until the end of the row, and I'll show you what to do when you come to the end. So when you come to the end of this row, you're going to chain 2 and then place a double crochet in the very last stitch, or in this space, that very last space. This will balance out this. We started with a chain of 5, so we've ended with a chain 2 double crochet. So for the next row, you're going to chain 3. We are supposed to be turning, but we are going to recreate the V stitches. So chain 3 more, 1, 2, 3. That's a total of 6 chains, and then double crochet in that very stitch. So we've created the first V. Now we are going to chain 2 and front post in the middle stitches of this cluster. So we are going to have a total of 6. 1, 2, remember we exclude this, the very first one. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Front post, because the previous row was back post. So we are going to skip this, chain 2, and then we are going to create another V here. So you're going to just place your stitch in between these 2 stitches, make a double crochet, chain 3, and another double crochet, chain 2, and go back to the cluster, make 6 front post double crochets, 4, 5, 6. I hope you never forget to always skip the ones at the edge. Chain 2, make another V stitch here, a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 2, then make the 6 in between, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 front post double crochets, then chain 2, and in this space you're going to create a V stitch, which is a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet. So you're going to chain 2 and then finish up this row. So since we started with a V stitch, it will end with a V stitch. So you're going to complete this stitch until you have exactly what you started with, which is a V stitch. So do that and I'll see you when you're done. So I've come to the end of the row, and all you're going to do is chain 2 and then count to the 3rd stitch from here, 1, 2, and in the 3rd you're going to place a double crochet, chain 3, and another double crochet to make the V stitch at the end. That's what you should have right now. So at this point we are going to go back to row 1. Row 1 had 4 at the beginning, so you're going to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, make 4, a total of 3 double crochets to make a total of 4 here. chain 2. Then here we are going to do 4 back post double crochets, because now we've turned our work and the previous row was front post, so we are going to do 4 back posts, 4 back post double crochets. Don't forget to always exclude these ones at the edge, and then chain 2. And then here we are going to do a total of 10 double crochets. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then chain 2, make 4 back post double crochets in only the middle stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you're going to make a chain of 2 and then 10 double crochets in that space. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So as you can see, whenever you turn your work and you see these ridges, that means that row we are going to be doing back posts. Whenever you don't see them, that means we are going to be doing front posts. So chain 2, make 4 back post double crochets in the middle stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 2, and then 10 double crochets in that V stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this is the right side of our work. Are you seeing the bulge of the pineapples? That's the effect I wanted to create, and it's coming out really well. And chain 2, and then 4 back post double crochets in the middle 4 stitches. So at this point, I hope you've mastered the stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So you're going to make this bralette as long as you want it to be. That's up to you. If you want it super cropped, you can stop here. If you want it longer, you can as well elongate it. That's up to you. Chain 2, and then back post double crochets. At this point, I think I'm going to do maybe 2 to 3 more rows, and that will be it. Let me go ahead and work on this. Let me see, 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I chain 2, and then work back post in the middle 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, chain 2, and then make 10 double crochets in the V stitch. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, chain 2, make 4 back post double crochets in the middle 4, one, 2, 3, and 4. So for the beginning we did 4 here in this space. That means we are going to do chain 2 and 4 double crochets in this last space. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for the next row, you're going to chain 3, turn your work. So now we're at the front side. So you're going to skip this. Skip this and make a front post double crochet in the second one and in the third one. Then we are going to skip the fourth, chain 2, and then skip the first one, make 1 front post in the second one and in the third one, chain 2, make 1 front post in each of the 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's how our work is going to look like. So maybe this may be my last row, I don't know. I may do one more row, but finish up this row. So here 10 here becomes 2, from 4 to 2, then 10, 2, 10, 2, 10, 2 until the end of the row, where you're going to place only 3 stitches at the end. So after this row, I've ended with 3 double crochets. You're going to chain 3, turn your work. This is going to be my final row because I want only 1 pineapple. So I'm going to chain 3, make a back post double crochet in the next stitch, and then we're going to skip this stitch, chain 2, make no more double crochet in that space, just 1, then chain 2, and then skip this and then make a back post in the middle ones, 1, 2, 3, I think they're going to be 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, so we're going to exclude this one and this one, chain 2, make a double crochet in between there. So that's how I want to complete my pineapple, and you're going to repeat this until the end of the row, and I'll show you what to do after that. So chain 2, back post in the middle stitches, excluding the first and the last. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Chain 2, double crochet in between the 2 stitches, wish you could see the texture. These are bulging outwards. It's not like a flat surface. It has texture to it. Now go ahead and finish up this row, and I'll show you where to attach the straps and the last details of the top. So I've come to the end of my last row, and I'm going to just chain 2 and then make a back post in the second double crochet, and then 1 double crochet at the end. This is how I want my top to be, and I want this same exact length, so this is where I'm going to stop. If you want, you can still go down and make it longer, but I want it super cropped. And right now I'm going to show you how to make the straps. You can make them in any way that you want. You can put normal strings or whatever you want, but you're going to chain 3, double crochet in that space below, chain 3, double crochet in this space below, double crochet like that, 2, 3, double crochet in the space below, 1, 2, 3, double crochet in the space below, 1, 2, 3, double crochet in the space below. So continue doing that for the length that you need. I don't know how long you want your your straps to be, but I'm going to do a total of around maybe 30, so that they are long enough to do different designs, because some people can pull them to the front. Then so just do something that's long enough for you to tie comfortably well without struggling. So far I have this length, and I don't think it's enough. I want very long straps, so I'm going to increase on the length. Oh. 25, 26, 27, 28, 9, 30. So I have 30 of them, 30 of these sections. I think this will be enough. If you want it longer, go ahead and make longer, but remember that there's also this side that's going to meet the back, so don't over make it long. So when you make the length that you need, you're going to chain 3 and start working backwards. So you're going to just place a single crochet in each space. You're going to chain 3, single crochet in that space, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in that space. So this makes the straps a bit stronger and not so weak and not so thin that they can cut your body. They make them a bit thick, but at the same time they are a bit stylish. They're not so small. So go ahead and chain 3, single crochet in the next space. So that's what you're going to do all the way back. This can take some time, but it's all worth it if you want a perfect piece in the end. Something that someone can admire to buy, or something that you're going to sell to someone and you feel satisfied that they took something, they took a piece of your heart. Sorry. This is how the straps are going to be looking like. Way better than our normal string. I'm not yet done. So go ahead and do that. Don't get tired. So this is what we have. We've reached the part where we started from. So you're going to chain 3 and then make 2 single crochets in that side where the chain came from. Then make 2 single crochets in each row. We're just working to go to the other strap. So 2 single crochets in each row, like that. 2, 2, 2, until you reach this one. Now when you reach this last one, you're going to make 1 single crochet, and then you start the other strap and it will end here exactly. So you're going to do chain 3, double crochet below, chain 3, exactly what we did for the first strap. Do the same for the second strap and do the same on this other side. You're going to attach your yarn in any of the corners, build up the strap, come back, work this, build up, come back, and we shall have all the straps ready. Attach here, do the same, choose the color that you want for the straps. I think I'll use purple still. So build up the straps and also here, and at this point you will be done with your crochet top. Now the other difference, the other thing I would like to point out is, this is just a tip for like someone who wouldn't want to overshow their cleavage or feels like this part is too open for them. You're going to get a string. I'm going to use purple. You're going to pass through this first hole this side and the other side. Then you start lacing it up like a shoelace upwards, because sometimes the chest area is too open. Then lace through this side and also this side. So keep going until the point when it's comfortable for you to wear. I'm a small size, so I wouldn't want like these bra cups to be way separate. So I'll go like around 5 to 6 boxes up. But if you want to show cleavage, you can go ahead and show cleavage. If you don't want, then this is the alternative for you. Make sure you pull out these points so that they pop out, and then the string keeps getting dissolved in the white. So make sure you pull out those picot stitches so that the purple doesn't show like it's obvious that you put a string there. So this is 4, and then I'm going to do my very last one. This is 5. This is just a tip for the smaller sizes. If your top turned out bigger than you thought it would be, this is the trick. Yeah, so make sure you always like have these popping out so that this string can disappear. So at this point, once you have this, you can actually just tie it. If it's comfortable for you, you can just tie a knot around like 3 times or 2 times, like this. When you get to a point that's comfortable for you, just tie a knot, and then you're going to cut your yarn very close so that that knot doesn't show anywhere. So at this point, you have that, and you're not going to struggle with a very bare chest and all that. So go ahead and do the straps, and after that, your top is ready to wear. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more tutorials, and also let me know what other tutorials I can do for you, because this is the first time I'm doing this and it has come out really nice, and can't wait to make more colors in this. But tag me in your selected colors, selected designs. Show me how you've found this tutorial. Hope it was helpful to you. Thanks for watching. Bye.